podcast. So much universe, so little time.
Hey everyone, welcome to a very special MUP short. And this is Mark, and I've got some other folks here with me tonight who I'm hoping to see very, very soon. And that is Fred.
Hey, hey.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
We dragged him out of the editing booth to actually talk on the show. So,
Yeah, actually have to participate for once.
yes, you do. But it'll be great talking to you. And then, of course, we have my co-host on the MUP's Champion Show, Mathias. How's it going?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, fine so far. Have a nice evening. And Mark, how are you?
Oh, I am hanging in there. It's Saturday afternoon for me, so I just got done doing chores and stuff, so I'm really looking forward to sitting down and chatting Kings of War. And our special topic for tonight is the upcoming UK Clash of Kings tournament in fabulous Nottingham, and I'm really excited. So, and both of you guys are going to be there.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
Looking forward to it and excited to see you all again.
Yeah, it'll be great. We wanted to just kind of kick back, talk about Clash of Kings. If you're going to Clash of Kings, hopefully, some of this information will be helpful for you. And so just sit back and enjoy a little chat.
Yeah, so has everyone already booked their flights and rooms?
I'll start off and say, yes, I did it a year ago. So
A nice one.
yeah, well, I have to because I'm in a race for getting airfare. So it gets more expensive by the day after it is released. So in order to be able to afford to go, I had to book it. I booked it exactly a year out as it came. So, and then I booked my hotel rooms out because the hotels, the rates escalate too as time goes on, unless of course they don't book and you get lucky and the rate drops. So, but I pre-booked everything a year in advance. So how about you, Matthias?
I just finished everything recently. Like, I'm always waiting way too long for my flights, but it's like the local flight plans, they change end of summer, so beginning of September. So if you book too early, you may not get the new direct directions that are available, but for cheap and then waiting a little longer. And then I also check out the trains because no direct flight to Nottingham. The closest direct one is usually London. And then you have to check in what the trains cost and also the hours the flight goes. Like the cheapest one available is going at 6 a.m. So, and this has to be calculated off. So I'm always a little bit late and wait to the last minute to get in. But I have booked everything now. So I have booked my flight going from Austria to Frankfurt to Birmingham and then by train to Nottingham.
Oh, really?
And because this was the cheapest total way to go there and also the one with reasonable flight times and hours departure. And also got my hotel, everything in. So I should be fine for now. Fred?
Yeah, I also booked my stuff quite early. It's been not quite a year ago, but like almost a year ago, I would say, for the flights at least. And the room also, I've just got one right away because I'm afraid of the same thing that you talked about, Mark, with price escalating and at least flights I always grab very quickly because they can sell out. They can either become more expensive, but they can also just actually sell out and no longer be available. So I usually plan quite far ahead. The only thing I was not able to plan far ahead was the train because they only release a schedule about 3 months or 2 or 3 months before any given date. So I knew it would work out because we took the train last year too from London to Nottingham. I was able to get some cheap train tickets for our entire group. I just bought for everyone. I asked them in advance, like, do you want me to handle the train reservations? And they all said yes, and I just bought for everyone. So we're on the same train and got seats next to each other and all that.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
And when you book the train close enough to the actual date, then you can get it for cheap. I did see Steve posted a link to a train line, sort of a weekend pass almost, but that was very pricey. I thought our train tickets were like a quarter of the price of what he linked to. But of course, the downside of our tickets is that we have to actually make that very train. Like, if we miss that train, we don't have a ticket anymore.
That's always the one thing that makes me nervous when booking there. It's like, how much cheaper really is it to book the specific train, because maybe you are not getting it, or maybe you're missing it, especially when they're too close to the arrival of the plane.
Yeah, so of course you want to have flexibility enough to be sure to make it, but you don't want too much flex, because then you're just sitting around somewhere that you don't want to be. I mean, you want to get on your way to Nottingham, right? So you don't want to spend an hour and a half on the train station if you can avoid it, but you also need enough time to make sure that if your plane gets delayed for whatever reason, then you still can catch the train. So I think we have about 60 minutes flex time in our schedule. Yeah. So hopefully that should be enough. Last year it was. So I just assume everything will work out fine. I assume if you want to do if you want to be super safe, then you should do what Steve suggested and buy the day pass or whatever it was. Just get on any train that arrives. But you're paying like 4 times the cost though.
At least checking what it costs to have a flexible ticket to see. Because if it's not much more, it's always better to get the flexible one. But if it's like a quarter of the cost, I don't think it's worth it, and just book the next train or the next one in line to have a little bit more time between things. Yeah. I mean, I got screwed over with the trains last year, but not in England, but when coming back home. Because it was like the last year we were going from Vienna. And the last train from Vienna to my home to get back in departure at something 8 o'clock, and our plane was 2 hours late.
2 hours?
So we were coming at middle in the night, no train available yet, anything, and then we just slept at the airport, take the first train in the morning, because it said like the first train in the morning goes around at 4 to 5 o'clock. So it's not worth to go to a hotel or anything. Let's just take the first plane. And then there were floodings because of the rain.
Oh, yeah.
In Austria last year. And our morning train got delayed by 2 hours departure. So instead of 5, it started at 7. And then we just drove for, I think, like 1 or 2 hours. And then we waited like the whole day in the train because the bridge it was supposed to go over wasn't able to go there. And it was like,
Oh, what a nightmare.
Yeah. So it took me the whole day to get back home. It's like...
Well, at least you had the event was done, and you still had a positive vibe coming from, the event probably.
Yeah, and also booked like an extra holiday day for me to go off from work on Tuesday, not just Monday, to relax. So this was needed to get back home anyway. I'm just more calm when we finally arrive in Nottingham and sit together drinking something, because then nothing can go wrong.
Yeah, when the traveling is over and they just, we're actually here. Now nothing can really go wrong now.
Yeah, now we just need to play it. It's like the worst part behind us.
We were all at the 2023 Clash 2, weren't we?
Yeah.
I was there.
Do you recall the heat wave that was on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But the best part, it was at the college. It was right across the street from the hotel. So it was like living on a college campus,
That's right. Yeah, it was great. But let's hope there's not a heat wave again.
Oh, absolutely. Were you guys there last year?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you were at the high school, the new venue where we're all at this year.
Yeah, we are familiar. We can show you the ropes, and we're familiar with the venue.
No, I mean the high school is really a nice place. I like it much more than the original one, or the first one from 23. It gets really those Harry Potter vibes for the tournament.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, who would have thought that they were actually able to improve on the venue?
Yeah.
Because the 23 when it was really cool. I mean, of course the gym hall was a gym hall, but it was alright.
Yeah.
But the main room with the stage and the screens was really cool. But everything has been improved actually with that high school. If you can believe it, it's great. Instead of having a gym hall for when they needed extra room, they have this wonderful ornate gathering hall that you would just love to play in.
Yeah.
I was unlucky enough to. Well, unlucky is not the word. I wasn't skilled enough to play in the big boys' room, which was that gathering hall. That was like the top tables. So I was never in there. I was only in the main room. Or what would you call it?
Yeah. But also the main room was nice. No, it's really nice place, and so something like say the classic English architecture has something going for it. So this is really, I think this is the appropriate place for a Kings of War tournament.
Yeah. So Mark can really look forward to seeing this place, Mark.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward. Wasn't there like a little theater also? There was like a third room. I think that's probably the bottom tables. That's where I'll be. So
well, I don't think there was a third room. Wasn't there only 2 large rooms?
No, this year there are 3 rooms, I think, because Steve said something that they found that he got available another room somewhere in the back that it's now available. It's like
okay.
So I think the main room we played last year, this is the dining hall or gathering room, and then there's the celebration hall or whatever on the other side, and there should be another room.
So this third room is then unknown to us all. We've never been there.
So the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you got to pick up the Harry Potter vibes, right? So
yeah, you'll get it just walking out in the courtyard, or this is like if in the breaks you will walk into this. I think you would call it a courtyard, a small courtyard with a tree in the center, and you will just get super Harry Potter vibes from walking out there. It's just so cool.
Now, did I hear correctly? Did Ronnie's kids go to high school there or something?
I believe so. I believe that was the inn that he had, sort of.
Yeah, that's how they made the contact there. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, because it's a private high school. I think. I don't think it's a public high school.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, so we're really looking forward to going over again and seeing everyone and celebrating Kings of War once again.
Yeah, in 2023 we started at Mantic, right? Did you guys go to the Mantic event at headquarters? On the 23rd? That's what I stopped by there.
I was there in 24 last year. I had no chance to go there in 23, and I don't think I'm going there this year either, because it's like how the plane and trains will arrive. I'm being way too late.
Yeah, you're arriving quite late, aren't you?
So I think I should be arriving at 8 in the hotel. So, and I think the Mantic HQ is closed something around 7 to 8, so I won't make it. But there should be an after show party or something from the HQ meeting. So maybe this one.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there both years, but I've always missed this. I didn't know there was like a proper tour or anything going on. I just arrived there sort of semi-late, and they just had board game or game set up and some demos, and you could buy beers and stuff like that. So, but I've never actually been on the tour.
Oh, I've already done the tour twice.
Oh, okay.
Last year on Friday and 23 on Monday. So it's like But
Oh,
I guess
really?
the 2023, it wasn't a proper tour because we arrived early on Monday, like literally early. We said because okay, we have some time before we need to go to the airport, so let's quickly go to Mantic HQ and finish things. And be like the first day, staff was already just I think one or two people there were still a little bit groggy and we got a quick tour until everyone arrived and things like that. So
Yeah,
is like
the Monday seems like a bad day to go because they probably have like a hangover from the event and like are still recovering. But
you might get some more information out of them than everyone else got with the proper tour.
oh yeah,
No,
that's true. That's true. Yeah, the first time I think when I was at HQ in 2023, that was when the Twilight Kin were soon to be released. I think because they had a display of the new models painted, I believe, in this small side room.
Yeah.
And I took photos of them without really knowing that there was like a no photo policy. And fortunately, one of the staff saw me and like, hey, no photos. And I was like, okay, I'll delete them. So I deleted them so he could see. Like, because I didn't realize there was because this was before they had unveiled the new models. It was like super secret still. Last year, actually, Ronnie gave me a demo for Halo. That was quite fun.
Ah, cool. We got to play Worms with Ronnie last year, so it's always great when Ronnie gives a demo game.
It is fun, yeah. It's like who better to give you a demo game, and also at the same time you're slightly surprised that he knows the rules. If you know what I mean.
He's actually experienced in doing the demo game and knowing what the game is about and things like that.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't like that. This is the CEO and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. That's always good. He's a gamer. He's still a gamer despite being like the head of Mantic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we did manage to get a full proper tour in 2023. Chris just kind of bullied his way in there, and the next thing we knew, we were on a tour. So we got to go through the warehouse, and we got to meet with Ricky and see how he cut up all the resin masters and everything. They took us out to the resin shed where they actually cast all the resins and everything. And we got a very extensive tour. It was great. So had a good time.
I mean, I got a little time in personal talk with Ronnie last year because we had a problem with the brewery tour. Like there was written down that they give a tour at the brewery where they make the Goblin Blaster rum for the events.
Yeah.
And it was said to either meet there, but if you are a foreigner or don't have a car, meet at Mantic HQ and they will arrive the driving. And we emailed them. We go to Mantic HQ to take the tour and arrived there, but there was some miscommunication around and somehow Ronnie was supposed to pick us up there to bring us to the tour and he was way too late to arrange anything. So it's like... Okay, so it was like, you were supposed to go to the tour. Yeah, I should have picked. Yeah, I'm sorry, things like that. And then we had some chatting around, sitting like the evening, sitting to the evening event and things like that. So, it was nice to get. So I was replaced. A tour was replaced with a private chat with Ronnie, which is kind of nice thing. So
I mean, it's a decent substitute.
Yeah, because it's like it's a good replacement.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're arriving in the evening then, Mathias.
Yeah.
I think my party is arriving around 2:00, so we are quite early.
Oh, okay.
So we fly out really early, like 7 or 8 in the morning, to London, and then the train up is quite quick. And I think we will be there before we are allowed to check into the Premier Inn. So,
that's
early enough.
Yeah. Well, the college is across the street. I don't know if the bar will be open, and Witherspoon's is around the corner. Did you guys live there like we did in 2023 and 24, or what was the hot spot to go besides Witherspoon? So
same as 23. Yeah, a lot of Witherspoon. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I don't mind it at all. So
no, it's good. There's nothing further up really. So Witherspoon's was a lot, and I did go to a couple of other places. I can't recall the names. It was more like one group had sort of broken off and gone to another place, and we got a text saying like we're at this place, and we kind of bounced around actually to a couple of other places, but only like as a one-off, and we would always return to Witherspoon since it's just the closest one by far. There's nothing closer, and it's good. So yeah, there's no reason not to.
I mean, wandering around Nottingham without a plan or know what you're doing is. We tried it last year; it doesn't really work out. So it's kind of thing.
We did visit that super old pub last year. What's it called? Is by the Nottingham Castle?
Oh yeah, what is it? Road to Jerusalem or something like that?
Yeah, I would say Jerusalem. Something with Jerusalem. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. That's it. That was fun.
I missed that one last year because I was supposed. I think Chris Butney was organizing something, a bar tour or something similar around Nottingham last year on Friday. I was just somehow we missed them every single time. Just wrote messages and said, yeah, they are already there. So, okay, we tried to get there. And then when we got there or somewhere near, they were already then by the next
gone somewhere else.
Like, if Google Maps and the two of us just walking around, not really able to take a bus or something because we somehow we're not able to read the right lines. I think that it doesn't look that far to walk, just right. Mm-hmm. And it was like crazy stupid, and we missed everything on Friday like this one. So.
Oh, that's bad luck. It's not because it's not that far. It's not that big, the city center. So, I mean, you could walk around.
Once you are in, you can walk around because we walked in the morning from our hotel, which was on the other side somewhere. So not at the Premier where we are this year, but some on the other side of the school. And everything is in 10, 15 minutes around when you know which way to go. It's like
absolutely
because you can get in some side streets and things around, and then you're way too off and things like that. But like we walked to the tournament in the morning from the hotel. It wasn't that far away, so a nice morning walk.
Yeah, like 10 minutes, isn't it, or something? So should we talk a little bit about who we are traveling with, or if we are other people from the same country or area that are also coming?
Mark, you are going alone, I guess?
Well, I'm coming to Nottingham alone. I am actually bringing my wife on her very first trip across the pond. This will be my second. And so we're going to fly into Dublin, and then we're going to Bristol, and then I am going to leave her in Bath. And then I am going to head to Nottingham. So you guys talked about the trains before. But yeah.
Huh.
Actually, the Jane Austen Festival celebrating the 250th anniversary of her birth. So, so I am leaving. Unfortunately for us, the two big events that we were traveling to the UK for were on the exact same days. So there you go.
Will you be able to join her and have some time afterwards, or will you need to sort of just meet up and travel home almost immediately?
Oh no, I'm gonna travel back, and then we're gonna hang out for a week. So.
Oh, nice.
And then
cool.
So we're spotting in what we're doing still. So, but I'm not even asking; she's planning it. So I'll come back and figure out what I'm doing. So I know one night I want to go to the board game cafe in Bath. So at least I'll get that in.
Mark, who else do you know that's coming from the US? Because there are a tiny handful, it seems. I don't know if you're all sort of communicating or not. It seems like you're dripping in from different places.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I heard that there were some coming. There were supposed to be some coming in 2023, but I ended up being the only one coming.
We'll wait and see, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So we'll see. Last year, I think Matt came in and John Green Jr. came in. So there were a couple of Americans.
Yep. Matt Carmack?
Yes. Yep. From the Rules Committee came.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He had a Stars and Stripes suit on.
Yes, I will not be doing that.
No, he got a very special place because he was still injured from his accident, and so he got a fixed table so that he don't need to move around, which was next to my son because he was also injured and couldn't move around. So those two, I think, had a great time because having little kids enthusiastic about Kings of War talking to you next to. So my son enjoyed that sitting next to Matt Cormick.
Oh, fantastic. So we're looking forward to come on in and have a good time. And I would encourage people to do it. I had so much fun the first time. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it last year, between certain things. And then, of course, we waited too long for the airfare and stuff, and the prices just went to unaffordable levels. So that's what really killed it for us last year. So, so plan early, and if you want to make the trip and come and play, it's supposed to be again the largest Kings of War tournament that the hobby's seen. So why not? So I'm looking forward to coming in, and I'm looking forward to coming in and seeing you guys. So should be a lot of fun.
Fred again is in waiting with the Norwegian guys.
Yeah, we are 9 people from Norway.
Wow.
Nice.
So I think we're going to match last year's numbers. I believe we were 9 last year as well. So yeah, it's going to be a good bunch. I am a bit proud of that because I've been alone for so many times in the UK. A couple of times. I mean, me and Thomas went over. Me and Lars were over a couple of times. But when I was over in 23, I was alone. And then, boom, finally, I get 8 more guys to come over. So yeah, that's fun. That's really fun.
Yeah, that's a nice one. It also shows the good communities when people are ready to travel so far around, because it's like...
Absolutely. Traveling wargamers are the best kind.
So it's only 6 people from Austria, so same number as last year, but not the same people. So at least some. So it's me and my son again. And another 4 people from all over Austria. So I think 2 of them this already went here last year. And one of us already went to the early ones where it was still in London. So he's the most experienced going to Clash of Kings now. And it's a stable 6 people. I think we are more or less proud because last year it was more people than coming from Germany in.
Yeah, that's always important.
It's always important to be better than Germany. But we have a great time. It's just that because it's Austria being just a small country, but we're still going from different airports because it's like easier to travel around when they are going from Vienna, we are going from Graz, arriving at different, they going to London, we going to Birmingham. So it's like we meet them like, and of course we have different hotels because this is like how you book and arrange things. Like it always happens. And we stay now in the same hotel, so it should be a MUP meetup now instead of an Austrian meetup on Friday.
Absolutely. So. About the Americans, the ones who are, let's see if they actually show up, Mark. But word on the street is that Jake Cherapika and Alex Chavez are planning to come.
Oh, nice. I heard about Jake. I did not hear about Alex. So, and there was another gentleman.
I got a message from Jake here saying that Marcelo and one more Battle Pilgrim guy are also coming, allegedly. And he says also Ray Shield and one more guy from Canada. So,
oh, wow.
Oh, Canadians.
If we include Canada, it seems like they would...
Not sure if you should.
No, that's true. So maybe 5 from the US.
Yeah, the funny thing is running into Jake. I was supposed to see him last year at the Vanguard GT. And I ended up not being able to go. And then we were supposed to meet up at, I think, at Adepticon, and then he couldn't go. And then, Jake missed Vanguard too. Both of us didn't end up going. So I've got to fly all the way across the ocean to meet up with him.
Meet him in Nottingham, yeah. Of course.
So I'm hoping he makes it.
Yeah. He has a challenge, a round 1 challenge against my friend Vidar. Or V-Dog. They have a round 1 challenge.
Oh, nice. I have a round 1 challenge too. Is it with Peter? I think it's with Peter. So.
Peter, which Peter is that?
He's one of the MUP listeners. So.
Yeah, okay,
he
cool.
came in, he hung out with us in the 2023. So we're going to be doing it.
I'm Ronnie Renton. So much universe, so little time.
Yeah, so this is also a travel advice to everyone. If you want to experience the wider world, go to a Kings of War tournament somewhere around. Took it as a chance.
Yeah,
Not
that's right.
necessarily need to be in England.
No, me and Martin went to Poland earlier. Just a month ago, we went to Warsaw in Poland and played. So that was a good experience.
Yeah.
Casper came to Oslo and played in my event, so we, gave back the favor and went to Warsaw to play at his event. So.
Yeah, so the connections are coming up. So I think that the tournament scene is growing. Also that the people are going there. I mean, Clash of Kings UK, because it's in Nottingham, it's really that event you want to go at least once. Yeah. Just to also meet the people, to have the chance to talk with the guys from Mantic, to see around, to go to visit Nottingham, to see all the other companies. And that is there because Warhammer World is like always worth a visit if you're already there and things like that.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
But if you're already there, go to Warlord Games, go to Games Workshop, go to Warhammer World, go to Mantic HQ. Just visit everyone possible and see whom you met. It's
I saw Chris was planning to go to Warlord Games again. I've never been there, and I don't seem to have time. But Chris seems to get there like a day earlier than us, because he's doing stuff already from Friday morning.
Yeah, he must be getting there early. In 2023, we did all that on Monday. So we did Warlord in the morning and Warhammer World in the afternoon. So and we met up with a bunch of people. But I'm not going to have my extra Monday this year, so I'm going to head out Sunday night probably.
By the way, do you have a round 1 challenge, Mathias?
No, not yet. So if anyone out there want to challenge me, please,
yes,
just do it. Let's see. I'm a little bit more going into relaxed. I don't think I'm going for last place because this I've heard is already contested a lot. Some people who really want to go for it, who finally want to win the wooden spoon because they missed it by a place or two last year. And
really going for it.
Yeah, please try.
Well, they'll be battling me for the honor, but it'll be great.
It's such a thing to go for. Like, would you deploy your entire army facing the wrong way? Like, would you go for it in such a way?
No, I think people would still play. Nobody really plays to lose. They just try to play their games, but it's like aiming. It's like someone is always. Someone has to be the last place. It's always in. But even like if you came like second last 2 or 3 times, and a little bit worse, and I would have gotten a prize. It's like
that's true. Yeah, that is true. Being second to last is you might as well get a prize for it. Guess who I am facing in my round 1 challenge?
Ooh,
Chris.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, me and Chris are playing again because we've actually faced each other last year, and he beat me, and I never forgave him. So I challenged him this year to a rematch.
Oh, there you go. He beat me in game 1 on table 1 in 2023. So.
Oh yeah, you got to play up on the stage, didn't you?
Yes, it was great. So
awesome. Yeah.
Yep. So that was a lot of fun.
Good. Chris isn't here yet. So we have any tactical and strategic talk now, so please.
Yeah, let's plan to take down Chris. I do have a great disadvantage though, because he seems to be bringing Trident Realm with a lot of ensnare, and I'm bringing an undead army with all 4+ melee. I don't have any 3+ melee, so it's all zombie trolls and mummies and ghouls. So
it should be a nice matchup.
He's gonna beat me again, guys, and I will remain 1 more year as editor of this podcast.
So loser becomes the editor? Is that what you're saying, Fred? Loser edits?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm just joking, but it could have been. That's how he wrangled me in, and that's how I became a part of the podcast. No.
Well, that's basically true. So
yeah, Chris just goes around, is mopping people in, like wrangling them in.
So I have no idea. Steve hasn't told me yet. So let's see. He has talked about giving me
army.
Kingdoms of Men. I have heard dwarfs. In 2023, I played Riftforged Orcs. and it was really the first time I played them on the table. And I might have beaten Chris had I been a little more skilled with the army. But I was getting the hang of it by the end of the tournament. So I actually did manage somehow to win 2 games that year.
Yeah, that's an accomplishment, because they're a bit hard to pilot, I find, the Riftforged. They have some tricks that you need to sort of plan around.
Yeah, you need to know the army to really get the most out of them. So it's not just a straightforward to play. But yeah,
but that's great. That's very nice of Steve to lend you armies, Mark.
Yes, that's kind of my tradition when I travel, is I always borrow an army. I think the only time I've taken an army flying to a tournament is when Colin and I went down to the team tournament down in Texas, and we brought our armies with us. So they were 1,000 points apiece. So I brought my orcs. He brought undead, I think. So, and we took last place. So, yay. But typically I like to borrow an army. So I don't have to suffer through the stories online about how TSA destroyed my army and everything. So,
especially when you have sort of plans out like a week after the event with your wife and stuff, it's nice to not have an army case to drag around.
Absolutely.
Mark is now going for without an army to clash and bring one back home, buying stuff at Mantic HQ.
Actually, story with that, what Fred mentioned that we did the Twilight Kin release that year. And I went there because I think I left on Tuesday. So I hung out at Mantic HQ before I jetted off to the airport and chatting with Ronnie. And Ronnie sold me all my Twilight Kin stuff while I was at Mantic HQ. So if you go into Mantic HQ, one of the times Steve was there, it was still marked on the table. Ronnie wrote my whole order out on the tabletop. He just flipped the neoprene mat back and just wrote it all over the table while we were.
Oh, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, you got to get this. You got to get this. So
that's
look for it when I go visit. So, but that was a lot of fun. So, a big shout out that everybody was very happy to see me, and it was great being there. Everybody, it's a great time, and so I encourage you to come. Oh, I just remembered. I think Paige Neo's coming too. There's this contingent coming.
Nice. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so
great.
It should be a lot of fun. They haven't released a list of everybody coming or anything. So
yeah, we need to make a list who we want to interview at Clash, at least who we want to have short takes with them, so we don't miss anyone. So also anybody who is going to Clash and want to talk on the bot once or have a few minutes for greetings or anything out, just pick us up. We record something with you to show it later. So the big plan is now to have this pre-Clash talking podcast, then at least one recording together at, I think, Saturday or Sunday, and some afterwards talk. So if anyone at the tournament wants to have something recorded to send out to people to listen to, or want to send out some greetings or have a quick talk to us, please just come over in between and we sort things out. So
yeah, we can at least try to arrange for it. Depends on how stressed we are. If it's the middle of the game, then it might not be that easy. But
not at least not a long one. So I guess I can shuffle 30 seconds off a clock to record something. But
very short, yeah. yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we should try to get some recordings at least. That's a good. That's a good ambition. Absolutely.
Yeah, we are, of course, we tried to catch Ronnie in a desperate state where he is talk active to get your latest rumors and news out there. So this is the big plan to get him in a corner and threaten him to talk a little bit more than usually.
Maybe we could record Ronnie's chat on Saturday.
I was thinking that and wondering whether we could release that to the wild or not. So
I did it by accident in 2023 and they were not really happy about it. It wasn't a recording. I made pictures. It was like we were sitting too far in the back, so we didn't really hear what they were saying, but we saw the pictures on the presentation. Yeah. So also no one of us heard that they were saying, please no pictures and no recording. So I just took the pictures and released them. Happens. So coincidence.
Yeah,
So
but
they were
that
out in the white.
But that 23 one was a bit rowdy because some people were just drinking and playing cards or board games at the same time that Ronnie was doing the presentation. So it was a bit of a chaos, I thought. But
it was out of control. It was, and people were talking so loud and you couldn't hear Ronnie. And
that was bad.
Absolutely can totally understand how you could not comprehend half of what was going on during that talk. So this year we're getting dinner and it sounds like it'll be much more controlled. So to sit and watch Ronnie's talk and stuff.
Same sort of as last year, kind of. It was the same deal as last year. And but hopefully he'll have some more juicy info for us this year, because last year was a bit of a dud. It was really just only a photo of the new Basilean Knights and some talk of Halo. And
they tried something new last year with doing just a presentation or having a PowerPoint up that didn't actually work because it was supposed to have audio but didn't have it and things like that. So it was chaotic again, but in a different way. So infos were a little bit sparse. So I hope there's something more this year. Otherwise, we need to catch Ronnie and talk to him in a more private environment. To get him out.
True.
But I'm also looking forward to the dinner on Saturday because it's like having things arranged on the spot is a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm not expecting culinary greatness, but it's nice to get a hot meal in after the games and sit down and have a beer or two and listen to Ronnie. That's
it's simply a no stress thing to just know things are arranged. You don't need to search for a place. You can stay there, talk with the people, listen to Ronnie, have a meal and things like that. That's something. It doesn't need to be great. It's just good enough.
Good enough, exactly. Because there's nothing else nearby, really. There's no other place to eat nearby. I mean, Mark, there's less around the high school than there was around the college.
Okay. We had a couple of choices. We walked up to it was raining when we went up there. I walked up with Chris and Clem. And I forget what restaurant we ended up at, but they had a street, but it was a nice little walk. It was 10, 15 minutes, but it was all drizzling and it felt good because of the heat wave, but
that's true. So at the high school, you're kind of walking you're walking out of the city, sort of. You're walking away. You'll be further away from the city center than you were at the college. So that's why it's so great to get that meal on the Saturday, because there's nothing really else nearby. Then to get something else, you'd have to walk down to the college again, to the Witherspoons, which is not that far away, of course, to be fair. But it's nice to just get it right there at the
once you're out walking. I only hope the bar is more open this year than it was last year, because I think at least some of us guys stayed a little bit longer because Steve was having a private little game up there, and some people were playing Worms and things like that. And we ended up because, in advance, Steve promised us the bar will be open at Saturday so that people don't need to search for something because there is not really much around it. But then somehow the bar closed and we had to drink Steve's private rum to get something to drink out there.
So would this be so this was Saturday after Ronnie's chat and then you started playing other games in the venue?
Yeah.
Okay, and probably the bars looked around and when they noticed that there was too few people or something to maintain
it was maybe just the communication issues, but the ladies there just saw everyone or most people are going home, so they closed the bar and everything, and we the hardcore just stayed there, keep chatting, playing things like that, and surprisingly found out that we have nothing to drink left. So
that's
happens.
I like to. At some point, I do like to get out of the venue. Do something else.
It's really something. It's there. How do you say? There are a lot of people coming to Clash of Kings, and there are too many people you won't catch, but you still want to talk a little bit to them, and so and just hang out a little bit to talk to. Some guys you only see once a year, and this is the Saturday evening is the best.
It is actually too big to catch up with everyone. Almost every time I feel I didn't get to chat to those guys, and this guy, and it's like a big event problem. It's a luxury problem, as we would call it.
So maybe this year we see how many people are going to stay, or if we go or just do something else. I know already one of our Austrian players challenged Steve for the Saturday evening game, so I'm going to stay and watch that one, of course. Maybe get a video out for Steve playing, things like that, but it's like...
Are you talking about Kings of War game or something else?
Yeah, Kings of War. Because Martin really wanted to play once against Steve, and they said, yes, Saturday after the games is the best time to do it, so they have their private little game.
I played Steve and they crushed me, so...
Yeah, so everyone who has the chance, it's a nice guy to play against and lovely chatting. So it's
for sure,
it's always worth it.
And this year's Clash, I feel like this is a very important one because we don't really know any details, but the rumor has it that 4th edition is not too far away. So this probably is the last Clash of Kings UK with the current edition. And since we don't really know, edition changes are a dangerous thing. It can be a risky thing. It can shake some people off the tree, and you'll be left with less players. It depends on the quality, of course, of the edition. You can either have a growth, or you can have
a decline, or overhype it and things like that. Anything can happen, really.
So this is the last time we can sort of celebrate and appreciate what we have now, and what's this in the current state of the game has been carefully shaped by many generations of rules committee. It's so many patches from the RC, and it's so scary to start over.
Yeah, I'm not that afraid of a new edition. I think everyone is really trying to make it or keep that it's a great game. But things need to change from time to time, because it's also that how to say it, if the game keeps too similar over a too long time, people lost interest into it, because it's like, you played it for 10 years now, you want something different. So changes are welcome. It just really depends. It's Kings of War is that there's some changes when I say, okay, anything to the rules, that it's going to improvement and things like that. That's always a nice thing. I'm not scared about that thing. Changes to the background and the factions are a different thing. We are kind of used to it, because when we went from 2nd edition to 3rd, we also saw changes with the factions. Like, some people are still mad or angry about what happened to the Brotherhood, that it was split into two armies. And but you are still there, Mark. So it's like
it didn't break you.
Yeah.
Unlike it breaking the Brotherhood, yes, I survived, and yes, I still carry the pain with me today. So, but yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, so there are those little changes that can happen, and if they're reasonable, because also that the breakout of the Brotherhood was a good piece of background story that was there, and not just some lazy writing. So I'm not too afraid of those kind of things. If there maybe too much economic adjustments or management kind of changes that are not coming from the players or from people who play the game, this is a different story. So I was a little bit worried about the bean counters taking too much influence into what's going on with gaming rules and things like that. Because this is the one thing. So, but I'm trusting those guys. So maybe we get some more rumors around 4th edition and details on Clash of Kings, and happy to report this to all the listeners out there, of course.
I hope we do, and I'm sure we are all very. We're all sort of fundamentally positive about a new edition. I'm sure we would all give it our best foot forward, to say it like that, and give it a good try. And try not to get upset with minor changes, and just stay positive and just have tournaments with it. And if there are some rules that are different, then just get into it and see how it feels. And
but we are going to enjoy what's coming up now, because at least it should still take a while until 4th edition. Mantic just need to get out and now a little bit more open talking about what to expect from the future, because the biggest threat is still the unknown. So when people get a clear message to know what it's going on, what is the roadmap, what is the big plan for the next year, things should be a little bit more relaxed on those kinds of
it would be nice, because I'm sure there are people now who are kind of holding off on doing new purchases, doing big new projects.
Some people, yeah.
I had a plan to make some bunch of new like individuals, like heroes, but then I heard that heroes might be going away on their current base size, so I won't do that. I'll wait and see what happens, So even that's a very small thing, but it's at least one of my projects is now on ice because I don't know.
Yeah, I have 2 projects on hold now, but for different reasons. And one is related to champions being late in the translation, because I wanted to get Ogres done, and I have almost all the army built, but I relied on getting the units from the champion box, and then I want to get the translated one to support like the translated version and the local shops. And this one is still out in the field and should be out in Q3, but no one is sure yet, so still waiting on that one. And the other army project, because actually I wanted to go with Forces of the Abyss to Clash of Kings this year.
Yeah.
What screwed me over was Steve changing the XL goodie bag, because I was actually planning on getting the Titan for the Abyss, the Lord of Lies.
Yeah.
And now we get core, also regiment or ambush boxes. And how to say, I plan to buy 2 ambush boxes for my Abyss army, and then the Lord of Lies getting as a goodie bag from the Clash of Kings. Now that I get ambush boxes, I postponed this army somewhere in the back, because now I'm getting the ambush boxes for this army from the Clash goodie bag and buy me the Titan by itself. But I can't take this army to Clash if I get the models there. So there's like this project was somewhere maybe next year thing of those kind of it, because
but I mean, you couldn't have, even if you got the Lord of Lies, you wouldn't have time to assemble and paint it, would you? So it wouldn't have been.
I mean, wouldn't be the first time to get stuff on Friday to paint them overnight to use them on a Saturday tournament.
Really?
We have done that in the past. It was like when there are models that are not available or hard to get by, and you really need, I need to go Friday in a store that has them on stock to buy them on the spot. It happened before, but if it's just one model, it's okay. I have seen people doing an army on a Friday night.
Oh no.
This was really
sounds horrible.
It was, I think, 15, 20 years ago already, and we were going to a tournament in Vienna, all arrived there somewhere like on a Good Friday evening, and all went out. So now we're going out to search for a bar and drink a little and meet the other guys, and one guy stayed back. And he just said, I'm staying here in the hotel room. Okay, what are you going to do? And he just put out some paints, and this model said, I had half an army to paint. Yeah, okay, then have a nice night painting. And
I've never been last minute painting. I think I've always picked an army of what I have done. But then again, I rarely play armies that are super sort of sharpened. They're not the cutthroat armies that some might make. But on the flip side, I then at least I never have to stress painting last minute, stuff like that. So I like that.
Yeah. Some people out there like me who have a motivation problem until they have a time problem.
Yeah.
So things like that. But I think this year I'm now going with the same army, or mostly the same army I got last year with the elves. I just need to finish painting one unit, then I'll be done. My son is doing with his Redkin again. Also just need to finish one unit painting to get everything arranged. So I think we are fine for this year. Last year, I was a little bit more rushed because I like doing conversions. And there's not like a single model that is like originally built out of the box because everyone has these little tweaks I do. So it takes me very long time to build an army, and then I usually get into the time problem for painting it. So last year I painted my elves on a 2-weekend rush, like 1 weekend doing base everything. So put all the models together, built everything, primed everything, had it on the table, sorted out. So 1 weekend, like from Friday to Sunday painting, the second weekend from Friday to Sunday finishing things off and do the basing stuff, and then back everything and go to Clash, which is and then you go to the little Tetris game to get all the models in your luggage of 2 armies to get them into the plane and things.
Do you have a army case that you like to use, like a foam case or something?
I never had a foam case, actually. Good to know. No, currently I have the luggage case from Green Stuff World, which is a magnetic case with MDF inlets that comes in a bag that has this airplane flight luggage case size requirement fitting stuff. Okay. Which is a little bit different to each airline, of course, but it should fit most of them. And it fits 2 Kings of War armies nicely. So we usually travel with the hand luggage or the minimum luggage that is allowed to have the one case is usually our club. And when I usually those tournaments with my son, of course, I'm hardly ever going alone. So we got these 2 armies in one case and all our stuff in the other case to get with these 2 allowed cases. So we don't need to get anything into that is sensible out of our hands. I'm not sure if I ever wanted to give up the army in a case, but as long as I can keep it with me and take a little care of it, it's an okay to travel. And those magnetic cases are really nice to go for him. So
you are reliant on sticking or drilling magnets into every unit's base then?
Mostly. Depends on the units. I have some units that where I use the original, or some armies I have to say, where I use the original Mantic bases. I just, because the plastic cases, they have more or less smooth, so not this slightly edged corner, but a straight one. So I just pull them over, glue them together to be regiment sized. So those 20 bases make one regiment. And then you have these little cutouts on the underside where I put metal washers and a magnet in. So the metal washers add weight so that the base has the biggest weight on the base and not on the model. And in the side of the metal washers with the small holes, there are the magnets in there. So 4 magnets per regiment. That gives us a nice hold. Yeah. So no drilling needed.
No, exactly. That's a good use of those Mantic bases.
Yeah.
So you flip it around so that you use the flat side for the models and all the holes are pointing downwards?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice. That's clever.
It's the best use of it if you go for the multi-basing, and you should have enough around to glue them together. Depends on the models, because the older ones like the elves and the undead that still have this wobble base on the model. You can't do that with everything. So I also use that for the elves, like to flip around the 4 corner bases and keep the other bases like they should be to put the models in, because you don't put the models, you don't need full model count anyway, so you still have room to improve. So not flipping up only those bases that they really need for the models, and the other ones downside with with the magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an original. I've never heard that particular method before, but it's seems like a clever use of what you already have.
You are going with the same army as last year or a new one?
A new, still undead, but a new army list for sure.
Yeah.
I thought this year I was going to just do something new, and I realized the one unit that I've never really had any. I've never had any models for zombie trolls, so I've never played with zombie trolls. So I just thought, why not make a load of zombie trolls and play with those? Because I had several bags of Mantic trolls, like the ones from Goblins. And these are the ones with the huge backs and the tiny legs.
Yeah.
So, some people don't like them, but I think they are. I love to paint them because I don't know. I love those big smooth surfaces on the back. I actually like those. So people have been giving those to me when we've had some swap meets, and like, Fred, you like these, don't you? I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah, here's a bag of those. Like, poof. So I had enough to make 4 or 5 hordes of zombie trolls.
Yeah, that's an easy unit. Like, I think the main problem people have with the trolls are that they're still PVC. So it's more of a material problem and not a design problem. I'm not sure, because I like them from the design, because it's really just, things need to look different, and the trolls look really like they fit into what you think of trolls. They're not like this ideal shaped thing, so they need to look a little bit off to get a trollish look like it. But it's like this skip leg day works for them quite well, I think.
So now I'm just trying to get some practice games in, and of course the list deadline is coming up. I think it's only as of this today for the recording, it's 1 week, I think, until we have to submit our lists. So I think I'm getting close, but it's always hard to have a new list and needing to submit them.
It's always those last minute changes on the list, because you are still, I how to say, at least for me, I'm never sure with the list. So I finally settled on a list and I said, okay, I'm going to paint up those units. Till I still need maybe get a test play in that never really works out the way I wanted. And then when the last day is coming, because everything should be already settled, and I think maybe changing this little bit, and if I change this little bit, I'm changing a little bit much more, and things like that, just replacing artifacts, and maybe this look better, or doing another hero. Do I have time to paint another hero if I want to switch things out or not?
Exactly.
It's going.
One thing leads to another, and So I need to just nail it down very soon, and so I can submit it and then relax, and do my normal style of just no last minute painting. That's what I'm going for.
I'm really also grateful with Kings of War that you can play the same factions and have so big differences with the lists you take. Like, you can go to a tournament with the same faction 3 or 4 times in a row, but don't use the very same list, and you don't really, how to say, you feel not hindered by it, by just not taking the usual units, because you can take something else. This is really some nice from the game. So you really get this modeling opportunity that you say, okay, I like that list. Maybe I want to try something very different, but still play the same factions. Like, you play still undead. I still play elves, but my list, also with minor adjustment, plays quite differently from the one I played last year on Clash of Kings. So and I also have 2 more lists I want to try with that factions where, so switching out units that are currently building. So, this is a little bit of a collection thing, but you likely end up of having each unit in the army at one point, because all of them are good and usable.
Yeah, I would also, what you said earlier, I would never check in my army in the checked luggage. I always have to have it with me, under the seat or up in the overhead compartment. Absolutely, I would. It's madness to let it go on the conveyor belt. That would be horrible.
Nothing. I know the guys are just doing the job and they're doing properly, but no, I'm not trusting them with my army. This is a little
exactly,
bit too much.
All right, guys. Well, hey, it has been great chatting with you. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys and everyone at the UK Clash of Kings 2025. And my final wish for the entire event is I hope that Ronnie is a little more forthcoming during his talk with some information, and we'll see, as Fred mentioned earlier, about 4th edition. So we'll see what happens. But I'm not worried about that. We're going to focus on having a great time and seeing everyone and being at the largest Kings of War tournament in the world. I can't wait.
Yeah, nice. All right, Mark, thanks for now.
See you.